Coming up on 11/17, full disclosure, our Betsy Kling, a proud graduate of Copley High School.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Got to tell you, I cheer for Copley, period. So that's kind of my stance on it. It's been that way for a long time.
Sure, of course.
And
Your alma mater.
I was voted most school spirit. I will say that. I did get that.
Did you?
I did, actually.
Why does that not surprise me?
I had the biggest mouth. I think that's probably part of it, definitely. Well, I'll tell you what, Russ, everybody, things are looking great as far as the forecast goes. And, we still kind of slog through these dog days of August, don't we? We've got the temperatures that are very warm. We've got a lot of humidity sitting around. We're going to stay partly cloudy for the start of the day tomorrow. Temperatures in the 60s in the morning. We'll be right back into the 80s for the afternoon tomorrow. I think we're going to see more sun than clouds. A lot of that is location dependent. Big picture showing that there is some cloud cover coming our way from the south. All these showers and storms and clouds that are off to the south of us toward the deep south will continue to sweep eastward, and we may get clipped by that on Thursday. In the meantime, I think at this point that we're going to just say with partly cloudy to mostly sunny skies expected for tomorrow. But what is most important to a whole lot of people is that we will be feeling less humid as the day goes on, especially farther north. Now, keep in mind, we've had a cold front go through, and you kind of see these lingering showers that are kind of along a line here. That is the leading edge of cooler air. This time of the year, it takes a little bit longer for some of that cooler, drier air to kind of work its way in. So we will be a little bit cooler tomorrow, but more importantly, as I mentioned, the humidity levels should be dropping off as we go through the day. Right now, though, it is still thick out there. We have dew points that are sitting in the 60s throughout much of northeast Ohio. That is when we are considered muggy. The oppressive humidity is when we're into the 70s, and we've been touching very close to that from time to time this evening. So this is great news. We're obviously headed in the right direction. Here's a look at your National Design Mart hour by hour forecast. We've got those partly cloudy skies to start your day tomorrow, kind of some residual cloud cover going on. Temperatures near 70 at 8 o'clock, and notice how the winds turn to the north. That is a big key to the forecast. That's going to help to drive in that drier air. That being said, we still have Lake Erie sitting north of us, so that will provide a little bit of extra moisture in there, so it's a little balancing point. Most of that Lake Erie influence is felt very close to the lakeshore. Farther south, it'll feel drier. By afternoon, this is when we're going to start to really break out into some sunshine, especially in areas farther north. We'll probably still have some clouds hanging on farther south, but I think all of us will be enjoying temperatures in the low to mid 80s as we head through the afternoon. It's a beautiful evening setting up too, which would bring me, of course, to the Tribe versus the Cubbies. Temperature at about 80 degrees, mostly sunny skies expected for tomorrow's 7:10 start. As for your Universal Windows Direct forecast, look at where the mercury goes from here, right back toward the 90-degree mark. Humidity will be climbing over the latter part of the week too. We bring a chance for showers and storms in on Sunday. That's a big cold front that's coming in. That's going to knock us back into the 70s. You want a refreshing change early next week. That's what we'll be feeling. We'll be dancing around a few range and thunder chances as we head through the middle to end of next week. Jimmy's back in just a moment with more on sports.